Yeah, we are. You can do a
Yeah.
countdown whenever you see the game
Okay.
is
I
ready.
guess you guys are both. I guess you guys are both ready. I'll
Yeah.
do the countdown.
The run start.
3.
Okay. The run starts upon entering the medium portal.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1, go.
So this is challenge 100 trials. It's a 100 floor games. It's really easy and probably one of the best choice as first fun game if you are not really experienced with platforming.
And it's also quite an interesting speedrun because there are plenty of hidden paths and skips that you can do to really optimize the run.
Yeah.
We will be seeing one of the hidden path secrets shortly in room 13.
Yeah, that's the first skip. Actually, most of the skips were unknown upon really recently, when Geo decompiled the game to find all the skips. I actually knew only 3 of them before Geo found them all. And the skips are really... some of the skips are really hard to execute. They are really unforgiving.
And even then, Gia didn't find all the skips because Stalkor found 1 on 61.
Yeah, I have no idea how Geo could have missed that, but I guess that's how things go. Sometimes. And how the hell did Stalkor find that? I have no idea. It's so unintuitive. I'm already nervous, by the way, I am shaking.
As you can see, Geo is nearing floor 13. Actually, I think Nogard's a bit... actually, Geo's a bit ahead on mine, so... As you can see, Geo went up through the floor on floor 13. And you'll be seeing much of the same on floor 15, where you skip an entire screen.
Yeah. And the worst thing about the skip is that if you die during them, you need to do the whole room again. That's the worst downside.
Yeah, it makes the run a lot harder than what the actual game is supposed to be.
Also, I will be skipping some shortcuts which are in plain sight, because they are not really marathon safe, I would say.
I'll be assuming you're doing the one on, what was it, 84?
84 is...
The 4.5?
yeah, that's the best skip ever.
The best skip.
Interestingly enough, the shortest floor is floor 84. It lasts like 4 seconds if you do it, if you get the skip really quickly. The bosses in this game are not really challenging at all. At least the first 3 of them.
Geo is doing the skip on 23.
Oops, I failed it.
And right on 25, there's also another skip. So as you can see, there's plenty and plenty of these hidden skips all around this game.
The game overall is really easy. It starts becoming somewhat challenging near floor 50 for new players, otherwise it's still just a walk in the park. By the way, our runs are not optimized at all currently. We both skips, we both don't do some skips. And I do some skips, Geo doesn't do, and vice versa.
Yeah. It's gonna be quite hard to actually commentate because on Fangame Marathon there's desynced compared to mine.
Why? That's not a
I
problem.
don't know why. I mean, because Geo's is actually behind yours on, I think, Fangame Marathon. And Geo's ahead on mine.
But as you can see, most of the skips are really unintuitive.
Yeah.
Even if you bonk into every single wall, you might miss some. And
As I
props
said
to,
before,
and again, props to Starcord for finding the skip on 61. That's actually impossible to find.
yeah, I'm on the album. It's not the, what was it, floor 61 skip. I don't have that. I have to pay attention for that because I actually don't remember what it was.
You just skipped 2 entire rooms, 61 and 62. Alright. Next in the 40 we have some ice physics. There are two kind of blocks. Snow ones which behave normally, and ice ones which will give you an acceleration. You can see those there on 42. If you face left, you will keep going right.
It seems like the servers have synced up, so I think I can commentate again.
Right. As you can see, on 43 we're skipping a trigger, which would make the floor slightly easier, but is of course slower, and the skip is pretty easy. 44 is probably... The skip on 44 and on 45 is quite big. It takes like 20 seconds, I would say, maybe more. And then we have a skip in plain sight on 47, which I will blatantly ignore because I think it's too hard for a marathon. Maybe Geo will dare to do it.
Geo did it first try.
Oh no, I'm sad now.
Oh. Should be.
I'm not manly enough.
At 49, we also got another short skip.
Some spikes just don't exist though.
Yeah. We got that
Oh no.
ice block ledge skip.
And then on the 50 we will be seeing some moving spikes. And some water physics.
Oh, 52 scale.
Yeah, that's pretty big too.
Yeah, you gotta do it downwards, diagonal underwater.
Diagonal are normally really easy,
But underwater,
but underwater they are just another thing.
Yeah, it's not even a diagonal at that point, it's a new entity.
So here on 55 we have another skip in plain sight, which is maybe too hard for a marathon or a race anyway.
I don't think Geo actually did it.
No, again, I am upset now.
Geo didn't do it, if I paid attention. On 58, we also got a entire rim skip.
Yes, again. And the shortcut on 57 is actually really hard.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah.
Luckily I got it first try.
I guess thing that Geo didn't do first try. Geo didn't do it first try. I believe only 61 is the last hidden path skip.
Yes, 61 is the last one.
And then it's, I assume, straightforward, other than maybe some other skips.
The third boss again is not really challenging, yeah, but you can get screwed on the red shuriken attack if you are really unlucky.
Yeah.
But that's really unlikely to happen.
Ooh, Geo got screwed. Oh, that's rough.
You got the double shuriken attack.
Yeah.
Which covered all the screen.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the worst thing that could happen here. I'm not even sure if it's possible to survive there. Probably it is, but you have to do some magic.
It seems you are now ahead. There.
And that's the last skip, by the way. What I just did on 61.
The last skip.
Well,
now we just have... That's hidden skip, yeah. There's still some other skips. But they aren't as hidden.
So 64 is a really fun floor. You have to do 4 F jumps. And if you fail, you have to get around. Oh, I failed one of them, but I will not go for the diamond because I'm scared during a marathon. I played too conservatively. Is that the right word?
We'll see if Geo. Yeah, we'll see if Geo does it. Possibly. Seems like the marathon streams are synced again.
Alright. Also, 66 is a really interesting floor. You can skip a whole cycle here if you're Geo, but I am not Geo, so I will only skip half a cycle.
Also, Geo didn't do the diamond skip.
Yeah. Also, you are supposed
pretty
to
close, right?
reset on 67 to get a good cycle, but I forget it. I forgot it. Also, this will probably be the game where we die the least, if we are lucky, in the whole marathon, except see the barrage, of course. But that's another matter. So the 70s introduce these special blocks which you can shoot to make your life easier or harder if you don't think ahead.
And also those disappearing, reappearing blocks are also new to this area. You're trying that task skill.
Oh my god, I cannot get it.
Hey.
I blame Moose, he found it. Alright. On 74 you can see another really hard skip, which is probably something no one will do during a race. During a speedrun it's definitely possible, but in a race it's unreasonable. You have to do a drop gate and a diamond. Both are chop jumps, and nobody likes chop jumps. Alright. Now on 77 I really have to hope my game doesn't lag.
But does it lag the cycles?
The lag is due to all the green blocks in the screen.
Ew.
Because 76 to 79 are one big floor, actually, one big room. And there is just too much stuff in them, with all the particle effects and the disappearing blocks. Also 79 is the best room in the game, as you can see.
Coming up is the floor 80 boss, which is a little bit more challenging than the others that we've seen so far.
It's much more challenging, it's something that can screw you over really easily. And it's also harder than the final boss in my opinion. But that's just my
I would
opinion.
agree with that. I would agree with that. It can screw you in so many ways.
As you can see, the boss becomes more and more faster. And if you lose focus during the last attacks you just can die really easily. It's really easy to panic here.
As I can see, the chat doesn't like this boss either.
Okay, I did it.
Nice.
And then we have the 80s, which are kinda medley floors.
Yeah, this should be a genre that everybody's familiar with. It's just the medley stage.
If you look closely, you can see the name of the game in the background.
Then we have coming up another skip that I hope at least one of you guys first tries.
Well, I cannot get to it, it seems. The skip is on floor 84, a room from Event Trap. Also, we will see some of these games during the marathon. For example,
Indeed.
there is a screen from See the Moon, which then Rock will run later. Okay, 84. Oh, I didn't get it first try.
Oh. Dang. 4.5 skip. Classic.
I just cannot get it. That's the marathon luck right there. There we go.
We'll see if Geo does it first try. I'm hoping at least one of you guys does it. That would be pretty sick.
You're usually not supposed to jump that high in fun games, but you can abuse the game engine.
Geo didn't do it first try.
So this is the screen from See the Moon, which will be much harder in See the Moon. You will see why. When Danfrock does his run. I will not spoil anything.
That room in See the Moon is horrible. Hate it.
So 88 is probably the hardest floor in the whole game in my opinion. It's a screen from JB, mainly because of this shuriken. Which I did it, but I will wait for the platform now.
Nice first try.
Yeah. Well, wait a second, I can still die. Okay, I will go for the safe route there, because I'm so scared of dying.
Yeah, seems fair enough.
And of course, the last screen from I Wanna Be the Guy.
Classic.
I don't think I need to explain why those shurikens are there.
Everybody should explaining the hop in chat. It's pretty. And the last set of levels is all based on
On chases.
are all just all based on chases, so each level is always a chase.
So even if you're not a speedrunner, you need to go fast, yeah?
Yeah. On your Sonic caps. Gotta go fast.
'93 is probably the most annoying of the '90s floors because it has a kind of a gate at the end,
Oh yeah, the
which
side.
is really saddening when you fail it. Luckily I did it. I sorry if I stopped there, I just needed to focus there. Oops. Anyway, if you guys are not really used to platforming and you want to get into fun games, I strongly suggest this as your first game. If you're mainly enough, of course, you can choose something more difficult. Also, this will be one of the games we will run during the GYF. Do you want to explain what that is? Fireball?
Yeah. Get Yourself Fan Gaming, aka GYF, is an event that I organized to that's I aim to get more people, like anybody who's actually new to fan games who's just watching this. If you actually want to play fan games, I have 3 different fan game races that are all hopefully balanced enough for beginners to also complete them. The first week, actually, it begins 2 weeks after Fan Game Marathon, so it starts on, let me check, the 25th of June on a Saturday. It's a 3-week event, or a 3-weekend event that we race on every Saturday at 3 p.m. It's Eastern Daylight Time right now, or 9 p.m. Central European Standard Time.
The best time zone.
We
by
race
the
the
way.
fan game. The best time zone. The first week, the first Saturday, we're racing Aura, which is a game that isn't in this marathon, but is also quite a beginner-friendly fan game. And then the second week we have 100 Trials, this game, being raced. And the third week we have the blind race game that was ran. It was ran as one of the first games of the marathon. It'll be nerfed, so you know, it's gonna be at least a little bit more beginner friendly. And all the races will be hosted on SRL. If you want more info, it's you can click the panel image in the under the stream, where I just have an entire forum post listed of everything you need to get started.
So
Okay, back to the run.
Yeah, here we have the final boss. It's a square.
Square.
Yeah, a white square.
How original.
Yes, and it spins.
Like you and Geo are actually kind of close.
I'm glad we had a really close race. It probably all will depend on if you are really that close, who can get the best shots on the second phase of the boss. So here we have a little avoidance segment. Kinda.
Quote unquote avoidance.
And then we have the last section where we need to shoot it.
Ooh. Oh, that's rough, Geo. Yeah. Geo died on the boss.
So hopefully I will not get screwed by the last phase. You can kill this boss really consistently.
Oh, is that
At
the...
least
I think I
during
know what
the
you're talking
second phase. That's too close. I didn't get a lot of damage in, like at all. It should be way below half health. I think it is exactly at half health. Usually you should always be able to get a 2 cycle here. At least I got 3 hits there when he spams squares. Well, he always spams squares, but you get what I said.
Yeah.
Time comes up when I hit the boss for the last time.
Seems like the
I missed 1
streams...
damage. Let's see if I get some good spawns or I need to get a 3 cycle. Timing is coming up. Time.
Nice.
Alright, that was...
Seems like you're actually behind on... well, actually, you know what? I was paying attention to the wrong thing.
That was challenge
Good.
100 trials. And now we can see the credits. In the credits...
What will I see? You won.
In the credits
Yo,
you can
so-
see that the engine used was the Necron engine, which Gludrak and Lifted talked about before. That's one of the reasons I skip on 47, because it's so hard to do on Necron water.
Geo's just finishing up. He's about to get back to the shooting phase. Okay, now Geo's done. That was a good race.
Yeah, now I need to get off of the computer, because every time I speedrun or run this game, my vision, my sight gets blurry after. I have no idea why. I may be focused too much. So
that was a good race. It was quite close most of the time.
Yeah, I didn't have the stream open, but I'm glad it was a close race. So thank you, Geo, for the race.
All right, great job.